What's up, guys? I'm Scott Goshorn, and this is the first episode of Around the Corner. Now, I'm very excited to showcase this area. I'm currently in Westwood, California. Little Homeby is right over here. We're currently on UCLA campus. I'm a realtor, and the reason why I want to put on the show because I am traveling, selling homes all across Los Angeles, and I'm always visiting amazing places. And I want to showcase the business owners, the small business owners, the entrepreneurs, amazing people I found in my life, and I want to share them with you. So today, we're at Violet Bistro. We're going to showcase and talk to Dana Slatkin, and we're going to check out their cooking school.
À ceux qui n'en ont pas, Rosa, Rosa, quand on fout le bordel, tu nettoies. Et toi, Albert, quand on trinque, tu ramasses les verres. Céline, Bataire, toi tu te prends des vestes au vestiaire.
All right, so I'm here with amazing Dana Slatkin. Thank you for your time today. So this restaurant, Violet. So my first experience here was the last night restaurants were allowed to be open before lockdown. It's COVID. Candidly, I was at another restaurant that's closed now, and we met a couple, and they said, "Hey, you got to check out this place. It just opened." So yes, we want to check it out before it's our last night out before we're locked down for God knows how long, right? So came over here, such amazing experience. I mean, this restaurant is so beautiful. The bar, the ambiance, this amazing courtyard, which we'll talk about because it's a great break for COVID, you know. But you just opened 8 days, right? So how was that? How was like that's like brutal? Like how would that play?
We couldn't believe it was happening, Scott. Like the rest of the world.
Yeah.
We had just opened. We had a great opening week. We were so happy. It was going so well.
New kid on the block.
Boom.
Right?
But you know what? It was a blessing in disguise. We actually ended up learning so much in that year, and we ended up having the soft opening that we probably needed.
Yeah.
So.
Well, let's talk about so Violet. Well, I was reading about the restaurant in Violet. So what I loved about the flower, right? It blooms when all the flowers are dormant. It's rising, when everyone's sleeping in the wintertime. It's the smell of spring. You're an LA native, right? You've got an amazing entrepreneurial history, chef trained, travel the world. Like, how did you land in Westwood at this particular location?
I grew up coming to Westwood,
Nice.
and when I was in high school, Westwood was the place. Everyone cruised Westwood Boulevard and
Yeah,
went to the arcade and the movie theater. So I have such fond memories of Westwood, and it's just connected to my childhood. But there was never a great restaurant in Westwood, at least in the last decade.
Yeah.
So I had to build the restaurant I wanted to come to.
So you got, how did you come across this specific location? Because it's so beautiful. You got this amazing open air courtyard, which was super COVID friendly and gave you a big break during, you know what I mean? Like,
So lucky with the
this
space.
is our loophole. It's like, not only did we find this before COVID, but when we're able to come in, like outdoor seating, we're like, we got the loophole. You come in and then you're outdoors in this beautiful area. It's like, It was so cool, so romantic. It was like, we hit this place all the time.
And when we found this building, we would have been sitting in the kitchen. There was
Really?
no courtyard. We had to excavate it.
Really?
This is a 1938 building. It used to be a tea house. So we looked at old photos. We saw that there was this gorgeous courtyard, but it had been covered up by the yakitori place that was here before us.
Really?
Yeah. So we just did a historic renovation and just gave it tons of love.
How long did it take you to get everything ready for open, like renovation? So move the kitchen, open this up, like how long did all that take?
It's about 1.5 years to build it out.
So cool.
Yeah, it needed everything. It was left for dead for a year, probably 10 years.
Yeah.
So
How cool is it you open this up and you just see this big reveal of this beautiful space? That must have been exciting, right?
yeah, I wanted a space that kind of revealed itself.
Yeah.
That felt a little intimate and where you wouldn't get tired of the space.
Yeah.
So we have the dining room, we have the courtyard, we have an upstairs terrace. There's all different places to eat at Violet, which I love. And people tend to come back several times a week. So it's nice they don't get bored with us.
Guilty. And I'm excited. That's why, my first episode of doing this Around the Corner is like, I just wanted to come here because it's just such a cool space, and we'll see later on it's buzzing. So tell me about the concepts, like how you arrived at the concept, what was the thought process? Is it something you've had just kind of in the back of your mind for a long time, and how did we get to it?
Yeah, so I had a cooking school in my house for 12 years. So I
Awesome.
always knew I wanted a cooking school.
Yes.
I've also been in the restaurant business for most of my career.
So she founded the 1994 Beverly Hills Farmers Market, which I found was quite amazing. Right?
Correct.
That's
Yeah, and I've always been in hospitality.
Yep.
And I always wanted to have a bistro ever since I went to cooking school in New York.
cool.
So when I was having coffee at Profeta, I parked my car right in front of this building. I peeked in the window. There was a for lease sign. It was falling apart, and I instantly fell in love.
That's so cool. So it was just random happenstance?
Totally
Really?
random.
That is cool.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
I have been looking in Beverly Hills for years, and I just never found anything with any charm or soul.
Yeah.
And I knew that had to be a component because restaurants are all about how you feel when you're in them.
Yes.
And I wanted something that made you feel good when you left, that you remembered, and that would be part of, family milestones and celebrations.
So the food concept, it was like, French style, it was just something is this something, the concept you've always had, or is it came with the style of the restaurant? Like, how did you arrive there?
So I'm French trained.
Yeah.
When I went to the cooking school in New York, everything was all about learning from the ground up, and you start with French cuisine.
Yeah.
Then I spent 1.5 years cooking in France and training as
Michelin star chefs, right? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was an apprentice for several Michelin-starred restaurants. And so I came back steeped in French cuisine, and I just felt like there wasn't enough of it in Los Angeles.
Yes.
So I always knew I wanted to do something French, but with a California spin.
Yeah.
Because we are in beautiful California. We have so many great farmers markets, and I wanted to incorporate all the wonderful produce that we have.
Did you work on the concept yourself as a menu, or like how did that kind of morph into what it was?
Yeah, so the menu is a combination of some of my favorite recipes that I learned in France.
Yeah.
And then Chef Brittany Cassidy, who is phenomenal. She worked for Jeremy Fox for 7 years and then helmed the Birdie G's kitchen
Birdie G's.
for a couple years. And so we collaborate, and she goes to the farmer's market twice a week. So the menu is very much around what she finds at the farmer's market.
That's cool. So just kind of, you got your baseline, but then you just kind of work on what
Yeah, I mean, the concept is classic French comfort food.
Oh, yeah.
So with a few healthy twists.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
They have, I base my restaurant on how amazing the French fries are. And they've got the best French fries, are like these scoop fries. I don't know how they actually do it, like insane. But it's just, the food's phenomenal. And that's why we keep coming back. If you want to get after a little bit, go a little heavier you can, but they have amazing light fish. Just it's phenomenal, it's fresh, it's seasonal, it's beautiful. That's why we come here all the time. We had to snag her out of the kitchen. She got a lot of stuff going on with amazing head chef Brittany Cassidy. Thank you so much for your time.
Of course.
So San Diego native, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to table the 16 years of dance that I saw, because I like to dance, so we might have a dance off at some point. Not
better be
today.
ready.
Not today, but we'll table that. So worked at the Roosevelt. I saw you worked at Inc. Running the show at Birdie G's, and now you are orchestrating this amazing space here at Violet.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that.
So after I left Birdie G's, I kind of took about 5 months to figure out what it was that I wanted to do, kind of stay true. I had a couple ideas. I was gonna go to the French Laundry and work there. I was gonna become a private chef. I was gonna become a AGM for a restaurant in Venice.
Nice.
And through, just kind of getting my unemployment situated, I saw on Culinary Agents that they were looking for a head chef in Westwood at Violet.
Yes.
And I knew actually the opening chef of this restaurant in 2020, Camden. He and I both worked for the Rustic Canyon Group, and so him and I were aware of each other.
Yeah.
And we were able to kind of see his growth and development, so I knew he opened the place. I knew a little bit about it, but when I was able to come in February and kind of see the space, I immediately registered that I wanted to put food on these tables. I wanted to create the ambiance and kind of dining experience that this place is set up to have.
Yeah, it's so beautiful.
And it was just, it just really worked out well. I made a salad. I made a niçoise salad that's on the menu, and that's what got me the job.
That's what got it, huh? Damn.
Yeah, that was it.
That's a damn good salad.
Yeah, it was really well cooked vegetables, and that was it. I had another dish too that I think they were like, yeah, that's great, whatever.
Yeah, no, but you're good.
The
You're
niçoise bagged it, and it's on. I don't think it's ever going to leave our menu. It's on our
I
menu
love
currently, and probably
I
forever.
have to try. That's one thing I haven't tried yet. So I'm getting
Yeah.
there. That's cool. So see it's kind of, you have some mainstays that's kind of revolving seasonal. If you want to talk about
Yeah.
like that, like what's
So I grew up at the market basically as my professional career. I started at Josie's like 12 years ago, and my first responsibility was to pick up the market hall. Yeah. So that was kind of my first introduction, and the reason why I wanted to stay in the industry is seeing what California produced as far as seasonal produce, and it is the best of the best. I worked in Minnesota during the winter time, but coming back to Southern California, that's what resonates in me. That's what inspires me to make food, is that all you have to do is slice and kind of taste it and realize, wow, this is it. This is all you need to have. And so that's what influences our menu. And then the French aspect of it is definitely technique. It's what kind of drives the kitchen here as far as our standards and execution. But yeah, the market is what sings here, and that's what is important to me.
So we're so lucky to live in a place, especially the wedges, but we don't have to go anywhere to get it. We just get everything. We have the most amazing food right in our backyard.
Yep.
Produce, vegetables, meats. Like it's pretty phenomenal to have that here.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you certainly showcase this, so it's pretty cool. So I'm so excited tonight, to have this event, cooking school.
Yeah.
She that homemade sausage. She had a special last Friday. It was a homemade sausage in house paired with mezcal, like smoky tequilas. And I was like, damn, I got to try that. And it was insane.
I remember asking you in the bar. I was like, what's your favorite pairing?
It was insane. It had paired mustards and some cranberry, some cranberry jam.
It was the fig jam.
Fig jam, yes.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
It was insane. So
really good.
I really appreciate your time. We're going to catch you guys in action here a little bit later. But
absolutely.
You're crushing it, and the food here is so good.
Thank you so much. We love having you as little barflies. It's great. You create the ambiance for it as well. So.
It's now evening time, nighttime here. The guests will be arriving soon. So let's talk about this amazing space. How did you feel when you probably were looking at this building? You came up and saw the potential for this. Like, what was it before?
This was where the owner of the last place lived.
Wow.
And it was a ramshackle apartment. It was falling apart, and it was the perfect space for my cooking school.
That is so cool. So it did already had some components and fridge and like. So
it had nothing.
Nothing. I mean, not like this amazing stuff, but at least the hookups, right? Maybe.
No, it had nothing. Okay. It was just raw space that hadn't been touched in 50 years, and I just envisioned a kitchen kind of like the one I had at home, where everyone could sit around the island and talk and schmooze and cook together.
I mean, who designed this? Like, I mean, that island's beautiful, amazing wood floors. Like, just as like a realtor myself, I'm looking, it's like, damn, it's like knocked it out of the park. It's got like a country French farmhouse kind of feel.
Thank you. That's exactly what I was.
Really, nailed it. Thank you. That wasn't planned, I promise. That's so cool. You started a cooking school out of your house, right? So the vision was, and then to put it attached to the restaurant. Was that kind of the plan all along, if you had the space to do it? Or how did this kind of...
way back when, I really just wanted to form a community around cooking, because cooking was my first love. And I wanted to share it with friends and people who didn't feel confident in the kitchen. Because for me, I find so much empowerment in the kitchen and so much inspiration.
So what kind of people are like, this place is pretty packed, right, and events, so who's coming here? What kind of events do you have? Who's that calling you up and asking you to space besides me?
We do a lot of birthday parties from age 8 to age 80. We do ravioli and all the things on our menu.
For kids. That'd be cool.
Yeah, they love it. It's hands-on. They love getting dirty because we've all been so darn sanitized this last few years. So it's just nice to gather with friends and cook together.
Yeah, so birthday parties.
Birthdays, we're doing a lot of office events.
Nice.
A lot of offices haven't seen each other in 18 months.
Yeah, people probably getting sick and tired of Zoom, staring at people's just face on Zoom all day long. It's probably, a little human interaction, right?
Exactly, and after being stuck at home for 18 months, you've been making the same 5 things over and over and over. It's nice to have some new recipes in your repertoire.
I'm super excited, this is a great space. It's like you have amazing dinner and you have a cooking school. And just being able to host something like this, it's pretty phenomenal. And I literally, I've been here a million times, but I just come up to last Friday because I knew I was doing this. And you walk in, it's just jaw-dropping, and it's so beautiful. It's so cool.
Thank you. Well, Viking was our sponsor. They gave us all the equipment, which was lovely. We love Viking. And we just have a great team. It's just a really fun reason to gather.
So very cool. Well, we appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Check this place out. The food's phenomenal, and we're having an amazing event here. So guests start arriving soon, so I can't wait. But Thank you so much, Dana, for your time again. Appreciate it. And thank you for your amazing space and your amazing food, because it feels like home. It really does.
Thank you so much for your support. We
course.
love our neighbors.
Love it. All right. Thanks, guys.
Say you can learn a lot about your spouse, things you never even knew about them by the way they construct a ratatouille. And what you're going to do is you're just going to do it around the base and then allow it to wind into the center of your pan. You'll see, I'm going to show you how you can elevate any salad at home. And so just by adding fresh herbs, a great cheese, and some nuts, and properly seasoning it, any salad can be a masterpiece. Good. Now don't be afraid to go nice and hard. Great. Always start from the center and roll out. So start from the center and roll out in each direction. It's going to help you keep the circular shape.
The food was incredible, and I think it's great that he exposed this restaurant, because if it weren't for Scott, I wouldn't even know about it.
I had a great time. It was so nice to see some of my neighbors. It was nice to learn how to do some French cooking.
Hey, this guy, what was that word? What do you do the chicken?
I trust the chicken.
This guy
I
trusts the chicken. We're gonna have video of that.
My
Like,
man.
this guy's a ninja. He like put the chicken out to the sun. Like, you let him know amazing things.
Nothing like good food, good drinks, good people, good conversation. Thank you.
Ah, it's cool. It's great. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for coming. Amazing restaurant, amazing space. I want to thank Dana, Jesse, the team, chefs. You know, it's just a phenomenal evening. So that's a wrap for me, guys. Like, what a night. I'm gonna enjoy this Bordeaux and have a good one. So Scott Gosh, we're signing off from around the corner. Episode number 1. We're out. Thank you. Thanks for watching.